Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just less than 4 months away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to have many different twists and turns, as well as revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by, of course, JJ, George, and Chris, and exactly what they really want to do as a way to benefit many of the main characters, like Rey, Kylo, Palpatine, and Luke. Now, what's great about Episode 9 is that this film will be introducing new aspects to the Star Wars franchise that we have never seen before in a Skywalker saga film. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence based in the third act of the film, where it's explained that both Rey and Kylo Ren are fighting against Sidious, who is controlling the Dark Acolyte, where one of the scenes involves a moment in which Rey, Kylo, and Palpatine begin to fight in one of the flash fights. This is where it's explained that they begin to fight each other in Palpatine's throne room, within the Death Star 2, where it's described that Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker can be seen fighting in the background during their duel from Episode 6. It's said that one of the sequences involves a moment in which Rey hands Kylo Ren the Skywalker saber, where he fights Palpatine with two lightsabers when Rey uses a force push technique against Sidious, where Kylo hands back the saber to Rey, where they all lock their blades together with all three characters now struggling to break free. This is when it's explained that they are now brought back into the middle of the downpouring rain in the storm, where Palpatine decides to show his true self in the form of a Sith Wraith, where he takes over Kylo Ren's body and ages him. After some time inside Kylo's body, there is a moment in the film in which, after fighting Rey, he is able to reject the spirit, where the Palpatine spirit now meets the Force ghost of Luke Skywalker in the background, who intervenes the battle once more from the netherworld of the Force. Emotional dialogue is exchanged between both Luke and Palpatine, and that eventually Palpatine goes back into Ren's body, but before he does, Luke is able to weaken his spirit. One of the sequences is even said to involve a moment in which a battle between the Sith version of Kylo and going up against Rey in the corridors of Cloud City, again where Vader can be seen fighting Luke Skywalker in the background, as seen from Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, with fast movements, like from the movie Inception. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is going to be a movie that's going to have a lot of crazy and wild concepts by J.J. Abrams that will be entering into the Star Wars franchise. And when we think about Star Wars, yes, we always think about the authentic lightsaber duels from, of course, Episodes 1 all the way up until Episode 7. Because in Episode 8, we didn't really have an authentic saber duel. Now in Episode 9, we are getting just that, except in a different way, where it's done through the use of flash fights. And what I like so much about this is that, yes, we are getting a legitimate lightsaber duel, but at the same exact time, we're getting a lot of nostalgia in the background. Now, this particular moment involves visuals of Darth Vader fighting Luke in the background from of course, Episodes 5 and 6, Empire and Return of the Jedi, where one of the sequences even involves a moment in which we have the Sith Wraith of Palpatine entering Kylo Ren's body and aging him, where Kylo Ren as a Sith fights Rey inside the corridors of Cloud City. Now, this to me sounds like an amazing sequence because we do know that this film is that J.J. Abrams is trying to make it a whole lot more darker than that of Revenge of the Sith, which really is going to be a very big task to complete. It's going to take a lot of work and effort to really top Episode 3 as the darkest Star Wars film in the Skywalker saga. Now, sure, Sith possession really is going to top the list there as far as dark elements go, because we do know that at some point in time in this film, Kylo Ren will indeed get possessed by the Sith spirit of Palpatine, and Palpatine will leave the body of the Dark Acolyte at a certain point in time. Now, what I love so much about this is that this is not only great nostalgia, but this is also a great way to introduce new aspects of the franchise that fans have never seen before on the big screen. I most certainly love the alliance between Rey and Kylo taking on this greater evil known as Palpatine, also known as Vance, who is the Dark Acolyte, by the way. I love this. I think it was a great decision by Disney and Lucasfilm to have an alliance between the two to take on a greater threat than what the fans would have ever expected to see on the big screen, which is, of course, Palpatine's spirit, stronger than ever before, taking over the body of the Dark Acolyte and even Kylo Ren himself. So that's the thing here. This is definitely inspired from Dark Empire and kind of just spicing it up a bit and throwing in new types of lightsaber duels that the fans have never seen before in the Skywalker saga in Star Wars film history. So I would really love to hear what you guys have to say about all this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we